Let's cut some fucking grass.
Welcome to the Into the Green podcast. I am your host, BJ Wallace. With me today is the man, the myth, the legend, Barry Crowhurst from Chervon Australia. Woo! I don't have my applause button up. I'm so sorry, dude.
There you go, mate.
Good, man. It has been too long.
It has been. It's been too long into Vegas to catch up and
You've been
do
over.
this face to face. It's not COVID anymore, but to do
I
this
know, I
face to
feel
face,
like it.
it's been full on. But
I feel like every time I talk to you, you're heading over the Dutch.
I've practically lived across the ditch. Wow, in the last probably 2 to 3 months, I've been spending 2 weeks a time there. So what have I been on? 3 trips. I'm about to go on another one Tuesday next week for another 2 weeks. So
Right. I had to get you. I had to get you on the pod. Lots of people will know you are our platinum sponsor for the Lawn and Land Equip Expo happening the 23rd of August, Caribbean Park. If you don't know, go to www.llee.com.au and you'll find out all the information. But, mate, once again, you're a huge supporter of the industry, and I want to say thank you very much because you're a huge supporter of our show. And we couldn't be more appreciative. We spoke yesterday, and you're putting up a mower and a battery kit. Man, like, how much more support can you give?
look, Beej, there was no hesitation, mate, to take on that platinum. I think we responded back to you within 24 hours. There was a bit
You
of back
did.
and forth, but we were pretty keen to do it. And look, commercial mower kit up for grabs too on the day. So
Yeah.
why not?
No, man, we really do appreciate it. And look, a lot of the times, people just see the show and they're like, oh, it's just a bunch of brands. We were talking about this before the podcast, just a bunch of brands thrown together. But it's a lot more than that. There's so much administration and behind the scenes work that, to be honest, Louise is doing amazingly at. But the other side of it is me actually talking to yourself and other people like Duncan Russell from Sky, like all the people who are in control of these massive jobs and giving me advice because I'm a newbie. I'm just I'm a 40-year-old baby when it comes to running something like this, and again, I appreciate all that as well. But man, what's been happening in your world?
Well, lots, mate. But before I do, look, I got to commend you guys for you taking on this exercise. It's a huge feat. I think you mentioned before you're dealing with 80 odd suppliers. Just the administration, the conversations, the organisation, the coordination, the dollars, the charity, everything you guys do, mate, is brilliant. And I think it's great for the industry. It's something that was probably well needed, and no doubt. I mean, you're trying to model on your time at Equip as well.
Yeah.
I've seen you at Equip. I've seen you in better form, but look, if you can replicate anything close to that, mate, you'll be doing very well. And obviously, as you know, we've been involved in your events before, and we've enjoyed them. I just love the industry, mate. It's
Yeah.
you can get some parochial people, but that's like any industry. You take the good with the bad, and I tell you what, mate, the good well outweighs the bad. Um, Not all brands are for all people, and you take it equal, mate. So good on you. Well done.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. But speaking of people, there's probably a few people out there that know that I'm quite active. I actually banned someone from our Lawn and Land Equip Expo page. Yeah, no, no, they were talking some bad stuff about a few of our platinum sponsors. This person's been booted off every lawn page, and I'm not gonna say his name, but a lot of people will know who he is. And I booted him, but apparently he's coming to have a chat with me at chat in inverted quote commas at the show. So
Interesting.
yeah, that might be an interesting afternoon. So I look forward to it.
Okay, that's interesting. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, we're representing a business. We're obviously passionate about the brands that we have, and at the end of the day, our intentions are for the good. Is to provide support for those that want to, jump into the system, whether it's support or advice or recommendations, and with ourselves, we have 4 ways of powering our commercial equipment now. So, there's different applications or different setups for different people, and it may not suit everyone, but our intentions are always good. So,
No,
if they're
that's
viewed differently, I'm not sure if I can really
yeah.
sort of relate to that.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
No, but like, mate, you guys hit a home run when it comes to ego. We've talked about it before with like you guys having such a good supply of batteries during COVID. Then like, the ego domestic gear was, what everyone who sort of got into ego sort of ran with. And we've only just retired a domestic ego unit that was passed down from Ben to myself, and then it just had enough. I think it had served maybe 4 or 5 years, and it was used as a hedger, a dedicated hedger. So realistically, it did pretty well. It was an everyday driver too. It wasn't like it was on the shelf. So yeah, man, it's where the name started with that grey gear, and then you've beefed it up. You can see it in the background there. If anyone's watching on YouTube, you can see the new commercial stuff. How important is the look for you guys?
You know what? And just before I get onto the look, we were actually reviewing some consumer research today from a commercial standpoint, and the feedback was that they bought domestic because that's all that was available at the time to overcome market restrictions like noise pollution and lightweight, all of that.
Yeah.
And just the results in why they were buying Ego was huge.
Yeah.
And then we've seen a transition into commercial because now we have a full offering. Yes, we don't have the ride-ons yet, and I know that you're pretty keen to bring that up, but the commercial has been well accepted. And, we only launched that in November of 23, and what we've seen is just a significant increase to the split of commercial in our business. There is no doubt that there is a market demand. Now, whether it's our brand or any brand, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, we're providing a solution to the market restrictions. And that's either the storage or transportation of fuel, or it's noise pollution, or it's, white knuckle, hand-arm vibration syndrome. So we're providing a solution. How good is the look? We see it as one of our strengths because a lot of consumers are looking for industrial design, and it's not just about the look, but we're trying to put a purpose behind our industrial design. So let's talk carbon fiber. It's about taking weight out and putting durability in, but it looks great.
It looks so good.
It does look great. I mean, just have a look at it behind me, and it
Yeah.
pops off the shelf. So looks is important. ID, industrial design. You've got to put a bit of bling on there as well. So,
So what kind of bling are you rocking on there? Is it like,
whether it's magnesium housing or
yeah,
the
okay.
silver blended in with the black and the grey, but obviously the Ego branding itself, that wasn't just something we thought of. We did a lot of testing. What does Ego mean? How does it look? What's the background colour? So
Yep.
as a brand, you take on a lot of exercises to get it right.
And I feel like you haven't just you've kind of taken ego and you've semi-replicated it when it comes to Flex, one of your newly released products, which I'm pretty excited about because I love to hear the conception to birth sort of story of a new product that like it must be a tough business taking nothing and turning it into something. Like I know there's like ideas and then there's conception. So yeah, it's I don't know. Take me through the process. And how much input do you have in your role? How much input do you have into what comes to, fruition really? Like what ends up coming out of the other end of the warehouse?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, if we start with Ego, we launched Ego back in Australia in October of 2014, and then it was New Zealand of October of 2015. So, but at the time, we were fortunate that we were the first brand to launch a voltage over and above 36 volt. So at the time, you had Stihl at 36, you had Ryobi at 36, Bosch Green was at 36, and then you had a Zito. So Ego at 56, it was a significant point of difference. And I guess strategy, in my view, is having a point of difference. And it doesn't matter whether it's product, the way you go to market, packaging, all of the above. So we've taken a lot of key learnings of what we did with Ego and the way that we market that into a new business or into a new market. But Power Tools, on the other hand, is, we're entering a very competitive and dynamic market, and you've got some pretty powerful brands out there that have got years of heritage, right? So, but again, how do we develop a strategy with a point of difference? So first up, I guess to our advantage, we're a full vertical integrated manufacturer in China. So, what you see in Ego, we manufacture 95% of, and the same with Flex. So it is our baby. It is our brand. We've developed that over the last 10 years. And for Australia and New Zealand, we were fortunate that Flex 24 volt had already landed in the US 4 years ago. So there was some experiences and some success we could leverage into the Australian New Zealand market. First up, though, we've got to understand the support level and what are the opportunities. That we certainly did in October of 23. Then we put a plan together. We presented that formally in March of 24. By June, we knew exactly where we were heading with that level of support. So, throughout that time, we've got a great team that collaborated, understood the market, developed a strategy as to where we had to win and what we had to do differently. And we were able to do that pretty quickly. So we did a soft launch of Flex 24 volt into the market in February. We went harder in March. And wow, what we've been able to achieve in just 3 to 4 months is outstanding, given that we have launched a range in a very competitive and dynamic market, more than Ego 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
So we've done some comparisons on our Ego sell-in over a 4-month period of Flex. And we can tell you that we've sold through 4 times what we actually sold in an Ego for a 4-month time frame. And it's a completely competitive market. Now, obviously without knowing the numbers, but what that tells us is there's actually an opportunity for another brand in the market that is looking for something different, and they're prepared to convert to another brand if it is different. Yep. So, and we believe we have some significant points of difference. So what are they? Well, lifetime warranty for this year. We'll review it at the end of this year, but we have replacement warranty. We know that, like Ego, we have a replacement warranty because it's a tool for income, so it needs to be in their hands for the guys to work. So, and then just marketing. What do? We're giving away batteries really for the whole of 2025, so to seed the market. So there's a whole strategy behind it, mate.
Are you going to run Flex? Are you going to run Flex basically like battery redemptions like you did with Ego? Is that a strategy that you're going to use moving forward?
Absolutely. We launched with a battery redemption in February. We had a battery redemption up until the end of June, and we found that to be highly successful. And what that does, it gives us some market data. So because what we did was we differentiated between kits and skins. And being a new brand, our sort of assumption would have been we would have sold a vast majority of kits, and we did. But we also sold a lot of skins. And I've just got to be careful what I say here, but what we come to learn is that consumers are actually buying into the system with kits and as well as skins on their initial purchase and then returning for skins. So it was a pretty good exercise to get market data for us then to think about what we need to do next. But our next battery redemption, which kicked off 1st of July, this is about understanding our battery configuration now, because we have a standard battery, but we also have a stacked lithium, which is more expensive. It has, it's more receptive to heat, but it has more power and longer run time and quicker charge time. But there's a premium to that. So rather than selling it, we're going to give them away, but we're actually going to give the consumers the option. Do you want standard or do you want stacked? So, but the proven performer is the standard. So this is about seeding the market with what we believe is a significant point of difference. And then we'll understand, well, what is it that the consumer is looking for? So, yeah, it's all about strategy, and it's all about how we go to market. But this is in the market today.
Yeah. So the stack technology, have you taken the technology out of Ego batteries and like downsized it or is this a whole new technology?
Look, the technology's been out by a couple of brands, and you know, there's a couple of brands diving into it as well. But really, I guess the most simplest way to talk about stacks, you just got to think of a mobile phone, right?
Yeah.
So it's a flat lithium as opposed to a cylindrical lithium ion cell. But the way to look at standard versus stack is, and we use a car park analogy. So the standard, you've got 2 car park entries and you've got 2 car park exits. So you've got a lot of cars trying to get in, then you've got a lot of cars trying to get out. But with stack, you've got multiple entries and multiple exits. So that allows more flow. And that's probably the best analogy that we can simplify for the market. But at the end of the day, it just stacked versus standard is that stacked allows a greater input and a greater output.
Yeah, nice. And you know what? Like again, with the branding and the look, you guys nailed it. I have to admit, they're not bad looking tools. I was lucky enough. I caught the boys. I actually drove past the boys at Total Tools in Capalaba, which is my local. I saw them. I saw the big flex tent. I was like, I'm going back. So I took me about 40 minutes, the bullshit traffic we got around here, but I spun around. I went back and saw the boys. I had a bit of a run. They were doing training with Total Tools, so I just pushed in and.
I'm pretty sure I seen some photos of you flexing.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Down and low and
I was wearing one of my tight shirts.
Guns and I'm pretty sure I seen that.
Mate, I don't know. I've seeing as how it's winter, it's been a little bit slower. But we cut down and broke down a bunch of trees from the cyclone, and I came home and I was like, "Get a load of these, Lou," and I had a pump going that I haven't had since it was hot, and I felt good. And I thought that was the first time in a long time I thought maybe I should subscribe to a gym.
Nice work. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. Like I'm really happy for you that it's going well. And like I said, like I got the tools in hand, and they were really comfortable. Like super low vibration. Obviously, I was after the impact drivers, the impact wrench and stuff like that. Anything that I would use as a daily driver. So like doing blades, reciprocal saw, and there's a fucking big one. Like there's a massive one. You guys got a big one. So yeah, the boys showed me that. Yeah.
But it's good that you pick up. Sorry, Beach. It's good that you picked up. So we have a unique anti-vibration suppression. So with a recip saw, I mean, that can shake the shit out of you. Depending on what you're cutting. But, you know, all you got to do is YouTube. And there's a lot of videos out there already just on the lower vibration that we have on our recip. So both our double-handed as well as our single-handed. You've also mentioned the impact wrenches. We have some heavy-duty torque. And, you know, I see it on LMCA all the time where it's like, I can't get this blade off. I'm trying to use an impact wrench. Well, and I have gone to bat with Flex on LMCA a couple of times and provided, some links to some of our products such as the recip and the impact wrenches. So it's another option. That's what it is. It's another option out there.
Exactly.
And it's 24 volt versus your traditional 18.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes moving forward with tradies and stuff like that. But I know for someone like myself, like I've already invested in a platform, so it'd be hard for me to jump off. But yeah, like there are some really cool tools. And will you be? So this might be a weird question, but will you be taking any sort of OPE onto the Flex brand, or are you just going to focus wholly and solely on tools for tradies and construction, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So right now, as a branding business, and just on our brands, we only started developing brands 10 years ago.
Yeah,
The 20 years prior, because we're only just, what are we now, 32. 20 years prior, we were all about private label and direct manufacturing. So with brands, we've got to be strategic in what we do. So the focus on OPE is with Ego. Right now, the focus on Flex is your hand tools.
Yep.
We've got a suite of tools under development and design for the next 3 years. We're getting ready to launch already some new tools for this year, early into next year. We've got to be aggressive in what we do.
Yeah.
Again, it's such a dynamic and competitive industry. There's the top 4 brands out there that have been in the market for a long time, and
Yeah.
we need to give it a nudge. And we've got to be strategic and different. So, a bit of a long-winded answer to your question, but right now, OPE Ego is our focus.
It's not a no though.
Good on you.
Oh man, it'll be really good. Like, I know, like there'll be a bunch of contractors at the Lawn and Land Equip Expo that will come and have a look, and hopefully, like you guys have got some recip stores set up and a few other bits and pieces, and we can get a few tools in hand. But
I'm gonna try and just rotate you to the Flex.
oh,
stuff
look
there.
at that!
We do have a job site blower, which is an absolute ripper. But yeah, mate, it's our focus is what I just showed you.
Is that your boardroom or is that your office?
No, this is my office. No, mate,
Is it?
it's our boardroom.
Oh,
No, this is actually our showroom. So
that's awesome. Yeah, well, maybe when we're down, so we're coming to Melbourne early, and I'm hoping to catch up with a few people. If you're even in fucking town, who knows where you'll be? No, no, you'll be going early. We're coming a week early.
Mate, I was shattered when you released the date. I've planned a trip. Well over 12 months. So I'm going to be off gridding it for 2 weeks, heading towards Mundy, which is just outside of Silverstone, which is just outside of Broken Hill. So
look, I know that your crew will fill a gap, but I don't want your crew to fill my gap. I only want you to fill it.
I don't want my crew to fill your gap either, mate.
I could take them all. But no, it's awesome, man. Like, I'm very much looking forward to see. Like, you guys came really hard. Oh, geez, here I go again. You guys at last year's Melbourne show. Obviously, you guys were the naming day sponsor. So it was the Lawn and Land Equip Expo, sponsored by Ego that day, and yeah. Geez, it was nice giving away some prizes too. I have to admit, that's something fun. And hopefully this year we can give away some more.
Well, I recall last year, mate, I think I talked the skin off my lips. It was just full on. Now, if you recall, it was a shitty day. I mean, it was wet, it was windy. Correct. We were inside, and I think I was one of the only ones that had an Ego heated jacket on that we brought in 10 years ago. So,
really? I thought that would be it.
It was freezing.
Do you have them still?
Sorry?
Do you still have Ego heated jackets? I've never seen them.
Only for me.
Oh, just for you?
Yeah, just for me. No, we did a launch promo nearly 10 years ago, so it's not something that we would dive into because it's only 12 volt, and of course we're 56. So
fair enough.
But mate, it was a great day. Everyone that came to our stand, they were quite receptive. They were constructive. We had a ball, and I know we had the full team there, mate. We're all busy.
Yeah, and it is a busy day. Like I lost my voice completely, and then and then I lost my lost my marbles out on the drinks with you and a few other people. And yeah, look, that's the bit I'm sad about, that you're not going to be at the networking night, because we both like to drink the same, and I was going to bring a cheeky bottle and see if we could have one after, but that's all good. We'll have to make it up another time.
Yeah, I was thinking about you on the weekend, mate. And that's only because I had the Buffalo Trace in hand. So,
Did ya?
yeah,
It's a
I
good
was
job.
enjoying it around a campfire. It was brilliant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is the first year. My grass is pretty average this year, so I said, I gave the thumbs up for a fire pit. So I've got a big, looks like fucking Sauron's eye in the middle of my bloody nice little patch of grass. I've only got a small front yard, but it's enough for a fire pit. But geez, every time I look out there now, because I've moved it off to the side, and I look at it and go, oh, what have I done?
Yeah. I even went so far as having a cigar with it as well.
Did ya?
I did. Do you know the best cigar that I've had is actually a Buffalo Trace cigar? Do you know
Really?
that's a thing?
Had no
Absolutely.
idea.
Well, I think you lived in the Buffalo Trace distillery for a day.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, so when I visited that a couple of years back, I actually grabbed some cigars from there and coupled up with a Buffalo Trace, mate. It was brilliant.
I don't know if I could handle a cigar. I don't think I'd be able to not inhale and fucking cook myself.
You don't want to be inhaling. No.
I know, I know. I've had one cigar before, and it just didn't go well because this was a long time ago, and I used to smoke cigarettes up until I was about 18 or maybe 19.
Last year.
Um, yeah, fuck. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is just a filter, an old man filter from Instagram. Um, but yeah, I actually inhaled it and I got the worst head spin. It was like game over for the day.
Yeah, you'll
It's
do some damage.
yeah. Well, it's just no. I'm not a big one for cigars, but you know what? Taste change.
Yeah, well, again, it's just the moment. Fire, Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
cigar. Thanks
God,
for
I'd look
coming.
good with a cigar though. I reckon big fat
Sorry?
one. I'd look good with a cigar.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, there is a podcast out of the US. It's a husband and wife, so this could be a new do for you and Lou.
Yeah.
And the bloke has a ponytail plaited, and he has a beard like you, and he
Oh,
pairs whiskies and bourbons with cigars.
wow.
My son got me onto it, and that's why I'm back on cigars.
Well, I'm a bit disappointed that I can't be as cool as him because I cannot grow a ponytail. Actually, I probably could, but it'd be like it'd be a shiny at the front and a long ear at the back. I wouldn't do too well. But speaking of like, I am trying to get Lou to do a podcast with me. She like always go on like she's the brains of the operation. She is she is a big part of everything I do, but she will not come on. I'm
Is
like,
that right?
oh yeah,
What's going
yeah.
on? She do well
I
out of
just
that.
don't think. Well, she's like, oh no, I just don't think anyone will want to hear from me. And I'm like, I'm telling you now, like people don't want to hear me
You're
say
right.
that you're the brains. Yeah, people. Yeah. Check my numbers. Actually, my numbers aren't not too bad, but yeah, talking to her, like, I think the conversation between because we're like best mates as well, so
Yeah.
I just think it'd be a good conversation. I can be cheeky. She can hit me later. Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
if anyone wants to see Lou do the podcast with me, um,
Thumbs up.
yeah, yeah, post up and
I
just
reckon.
say.
I reckon you two would bounce off each other pretty well.
Oh yeah, especially, and I'd try and get it drunk too because that would be intense. Uh,
Whiskies, bourbons, you name it.
everything and anything. Probably like 8% vodka tins. She gets
Oh, look out.
she gets pretty loose on those Smirnoff. They're a 440 ml can and they're 8%. So not the black ice, not those ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Just start opening up a pack of 24 and see where it gets her.
Yeah, exactly. I know where it'll get me, and it's right in the doghouse. So, uh, but anyway, we should jump back onto ego because that's a massive part of what you do. And again, bringing it hard at the why do I keep saying things like that? Bringing it on strong at the expo. Mate, you've got a few new products coming out.
We do. We do. So, like any year, and sorry, mate, I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to just check out a couple of things.
Yeah, that's all right.
Look, no doubt our focus is going to be on commercial. PGX, since we launched that, that's something that we've done well with. It's just another option to charging, whether it's in the workshop, in the vehicle. So, there's still a lot more education on that as well. But look, as I look around the showroom, we got the commercial multi-tool coming out.
Yeah.
So,
You have a date?
unfortunately, there's products that have been delayed thanks to tariffs. So,
We talked about that earlier.
yeah. So, look, the commercial multi-tool we were hoping to bring out sooner, but that's not the case. It's, we're looking at next month. So we'll be bringing that.
So August 23rd, maybe?
Maybe before that.
Maybe you could just hold it off.
Well, what are you
I'll
looking for
talk
an
to Trump
exclusive?
and maybe we can get those tariffs to make you hold it off a little bit longer.
Yeah. So, and we're going to have a full suite, but you may have seen that we've started converting our multi-tool attachments to carbon fiber.
Yep.
There's a
That's
reason
pretty cool,
for
man.
There's a reason for that. So when commercial multi-tool becomes available, we'll be making a bit of an announcement. We're bringing out a dethatcher for
Nice.
the
I saw
multi-tool as
that.
well. Yeah. So
I saw that on
very
a.
price competitive. But the other big one for us has been the auger. So
Oh, yeah.
you've used the auger, right?
I've used the auger and it's a good bit of kit. I can
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, look, we had expectations for it, no doubt, but the runtime and the amount of holes that some users are getting, it's like, what are they doing? Are they just digging dirt? But we're seeing clay and hard rock, and some of the feedback we've been seeing is just it's a wow factor.
Yeah.
So and
No,
that's
it's.
been good. Then, of course, we'll have our little mini bike there.
Yeah.
Commercial mower will be there. But in terms of new product, we got the sprayer will be there. We got our little top hand. So, I mean, look, there's a lot of domestic stuff we will bring, but it still comes with a 12-month commercial warranty.
Is the top handle chainsaw, is that domestic?
Yeah, it is.
It's a nice little compact 12-inch bar. It's only a little bubby, but looks like a
Yeah,
good
mate,
little
this
unit.
packs a punch. When
Yeah.
I got to use it in China last November, I tried killing it, and they didn't like it. But it's like, well, this is how the Australians treat their tools. So I'm leaning on it, and I struggled to kill it. It's a very impressive little tool, and given that it's only working off a 2.5 as well. And then I know that there's been a lot of inquiries on this. We're bringing out the 55 centimetre super composite deck.
Yep.
So that'll have a 10-year warranty domestic. So that's a 10-year domestic warranty on the deck. Will still remain 12-month commercial, but this is the duck's guts, being polite. So this is going to have 14.4 Newton meters worth of torque. So it even surpasses our current Select Cut XP. And it's just got a couple of extra bells and whistles. So it's got an integrated mulch lever on it. So you can either have it on or off, or even partially.
So it's like a mulch on demand sort of thing. Like
Yeah,
it's like a slide kit.
absolutely.
Very cool.
85 grass bag. It's lighter than the Select Cut XP as well. So the dashboard is up and the LED screen is up near the handle. So, it's all line of sight. So that's going to be there. Again, that's another one of those products that has been delayed. Sorry, I'm going off a cheat sheet.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
I've got my own little cheat sheet here.
Yeah. So that we had the 1300 cube blower. Well, we still
Yeah.
do. And that's
Yeah,
that's
right.
our number one. It's our most expensive blower, but it's our number one seller as well.
I've got one.
Sorry.
I've got one.
Well, you're not going to like this because
Oh, trust me, I've already seen it, and I know what you're going to say.
we're bringing out the 1500.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've already got the 1700. So got the commercial
yeah, with the
job
top
behind us.
handle.
Yeah.
Oh, I was already pissed off about that one. What's
No.
next?
But the new 1500,
I didn't even see that. I'm going to write it down and go and search about it.
yeah, this is 1500 cubic meters on turbo boost. It's also got a display screen, so you got a little LED on it, and it's been tricked up, mate. Look, whenever we bring out a multi-generational improvement, there's always going to be some added features to it, but because we have full vertical integration in terms of manufacturing, we're able to be a lot more price competitive as well. So, but this bad boy will be coming out with the turbocharger and 2.5s.
Wow, that's awesome. So, is that going to be? Are you going to delete anything from your lineup, or are you going to have that as just as a third? It's like you've got all these steps. You've got your domestic blower, then you've got your 3 commercials, and then you've got your backpack.
Yeah, we got so it will. So we're going to replace the 1300 2 batteries with the 1500 2 batteries.
Yep.
But we'll still retain the 1300 with one battery because
Okay.
it's still another option. But this is all about the power of the blower, right? So,
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is. So that is going to be one of the most powerful hand blowers on the market, or if not the most powerful.
the most
The most
outside of
powerful.
the 1700.
Yeah.
I'm trying to point to it.
Yeah, no, you got it.
So
top-
we will have the most
Blower with the
powerful
top
blowers.
handle.
Sorry?
The blower with the top handle.
With the D handle. And you know the reason behind the D handle, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a unit. You need it.
Well, you do, because if you don't have it, you're going to be tired pretty quickly. So it's all about controlling fatigue, right?
You should take a picture of a minigun and then turn it into, just morph it as like a bit of a bit of branding, and just like, yeah.
The
How many
Gatling
blowers
gun.
do you, yeah, how many blowers do you know where you need a handle, a D handle?
That's it. Is that your 1300 voice?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've got heaps of voices. I could make it a
Sexy voice.
Oh, look
Or I
at
could make it a dirty, big, cheeky voice.
You've
I got
too
everything
much.
on here. I just don't use it. It's yeah, no, I get too invested in the conversation. But that's awesome, man. Like so the sound pill, the sprayer, that sound pill will be, yeah, I'll definitely be I'll getting one of those. But I was hoping that we would be able to do a face-to-face in the future, maybe after the show. And I'm putting it out here so no other podcaster in Australia steals it. But I want to do a Into the Green podcast powered by Ego. So I want to go to a nice spot, put up a nice marquee where you can have your cigar, I can have my Buffalo Trace, and we can do a whole podcast powered by the Ego Nexus system. Is that something that we can do? We can organise that?
Absolutely.
I might even come down to Melbourne for it. Sounds like an exciting time.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Let's hook it up, mate. Ironically, so, I've had a change of lifestyle. I've gone from boating into caravanning, and that's where I was. I was off grid on the weekend. But what I come to learn is Starlink is very power hungry. And I don't have the mini. I have the standard, Gen 3, I think it is. But I've had to disconnect it from the van because it was chewing too much battery. So I put it on my my 400 watt inverter with a 12 amp, and that will get me through the day if I manage it correctly.
Really?
So I
I was
run
gonna ask.
Starlink. I'm off grid. I'm running Starlink, and I'm able to get on anything I want while I'm working off a 400 watt inverter.
That's awesome.
Technology is insane.
Technology. I was yeah, that's a bit exciting
Was
because
that another voice, or was that just you?
no, that was just me.
Right.
It's a Instagram or TikTok meme or something. But yeah, like I really would love to just bring my Rodecaster, a couple of mics, because it's really, when I'm recording a podcast like this, it's really just a Rodecaster I'm powering. So I think it'll be fine. And if Luke Smith or Gary tries to steal this idea, I'll fight them at the show. So, and I found out, so yeah, Gary wasn't coming, and now he is. I've tickled his fancy. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess you've requested first, mate. So
Yeah. If they steal it, a flogging they will get.
I'll make sure I video.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is all recorded, so it's out there now. But you got a few extra products coming through. I know you don't have a huge amount of info that you can either give us. You might be keeping it to yourself, but I'll just rattle off some things. You've got a 30-inch mower that I've seen photos of. I saw it at the GIE. They told me it was about 2 years off. So how are we going? Has that been sped up, or has tariffs kicked that in the dick as well and brought it back a bit?
So the 30-inch has been tested in the Aussie market, but we continue to. And I got to say, Beach, it's a great looking piece of unit.
Yeah.
It looks great. You asked the question before about ID, industrial design, and this looks special.
Yeah.
I used a prototype in China November last year, but using it this one now, wow, just in that short time, what an improvement. And you know what, we've taken some learnings from our first commercial mower, and we're always looking at ways to improve that. But this one, the 30-inch, I can't wait. I think it's one of those products that, you know, it's not as big as a 21. Sorry, the market's not as big as a 21, but it's getting bigger in Oz.
Yep.
So yeah, you might see that at your event.
Ooh, very spicy. That's awesome. It's a fixed wheel. Is it single height adjuster?
From memory, yes.
Yep. Okay, cool. Do you have a swivel option for the front end?
No.
No. It might be down the works. A bit further down the track. All right. Well,
I'm
maybe
trying to talk like a ventriloquist at the moment.
No, that's all good, man. I know it's be hard to give away all your secrets, but yeah, no, it'll be cool if it's at the. I'll be behind it if it's at the show. I'll definitely have a crack with it. Yep. But yeah, I meant to ask you too. Shane is looking to do an open day at my 40 acres. I haven't spoken to him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shane is in our Shane up there in
the cute one.
Okay.
Yeah, super cutie. I think he's going to talk to I think he's going to talk to one of my customers, and they were going to do an open day. They might have changed things. I'll let them sort it out. That was where I was going to pin you for a podcast out in the open,
right.
But you probably weren't going to be there anyway.
Well, I'm not aware of any dates, but I'll always try and be there for you, Beach.
I know you will, mate. I have to ask, though, it's probably the most important question that's going to be asked on this podcast. Do they have better pies than us?
Better pies?
Yeah. There's a big debate. Apparently, New Zealand does a better pie than Australia.
I wouldn't know about the Kiwi pies, but I'm an expat South Aussie, and I've got to tell you that the best pie I've had is a pie floater.
Oh.
At 2 a.m. in the morning too, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not garlic sauce running down my shirt. It's generally, mashed peas and plenty of tomato sauce. But yeah.
The filth that's running through my mind right now. I reckon like 80% of the listeners know exactly what I want to say is my favorite kind of pie, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say cream pie.
I'm not going there either. I know where you're heading.
Yeah, no, it's hard not to. But look, the 30-inch, I'll tick that off my list for questions. So that's potentially at the show. That's exciting. And now the big one. So everybody was interested in this. They knew I was going to the GIE, and as soon as it came out on, someone posted it from an American page, questions started rolling in. Have you seen the new Ego Zero Turns? Have you seen the Stander? I think the Stander's got a bit more hype than the sit-downs. but it's because it looks tough as, like, it looks like a really cool machine. Have you got any, can you drop something for me? Give us a little bit of little pepper.
Yeah. There's no doubt that in the last 18 months, we've had, full commercial focus. So, we had to launch certain products to become a bit of a commercial brand. So it wasn't just one or two products. We had to have a full offering. So, but what we've seen is just the increased demand. We've actually seen the conversion of petrol into battery increase in the last 18 months more than what we actually planned. But as a global business, if we're going to get serious, we've got to have the full suite. So, but anything like this, it's going to take time to develop, right?
Yeah.
But what I can say, BJ, is that we're doing a lot more testing now in Oz for the Australian and New Zealand market. And we try to do that in Queensland because the weather is different, especially as you go north. So your humidity kicks in. So there's an effect to batteries, all of the above. So what I can say is we're about to go to market testing. And again, you may see something at your event.
Oh, nice. Very cool. These are all exciting things that I'm hearing. No, that's pretty cool. Like, I've seen photos, and this is the first podcast I've ever done any prep for. So literally while I was waiting for 5:30 to tick around, I was just watched a couple of YouTube videos. Like I said at the start, I'm loosey goosey. I got like 6 lines of, just new products here, and that's about it. I just had a big fucking meter long ruler hit me. I feel like I'm back in primary school. It's a big fucking, look at it, it's a big ruler. This is what happens when I work with Lou during the day. I get punished if I get too
Tilted by the ruler.
It's on my side for some reason. It's normally over there, so she can whack me across the desk.
Principal style.
Yeah, I kind of like it, but yeah. So I lost my train of thought. It scared the fuck out of me. Like it's sitting there, just doing nothing for the whole podcast, and then all of a sudden it's attacking me. But back to standards. Oh God. So yeah, the standards look good. Now there's been a few bits and pieces I've grabbed off the interwebs that could be completely false. That could be old information, but from what I saw was the 60-inch. I'll go from the bottom to the top. There's a 48-inch so far. 54 and 60 was sort of announced at the GIE. Now I'm guessing you guys have had heaps of feedback off of that, and potentially looking at something smaller. But some of the stats were kind of blowing me away. Like the equivalent to a 44 horsepower machine. There's a new battery system that could be implemented in this down the track that'll cut up to 14 acres, which is pretty decent when you're talking about battery machines. But yeah, I know you probably, I can see on your face that you're not allowed to talk about this. But those are pretty exciting numbers when you're talking about, battery machines in general. But yeah, you'll be up there with everyone. It'll be a very comparable machine, and people will have a hard choice.
Did you mention Stander?
Stander will have all the goods. Yeah.
I guess what we've noticed with Standers is that's another category that just continues to increase. The demand on that. So again, the Aussie market is different to the US. So what we're developing for the US, it's all about economies of scale and what are we going to do to modify. And when we talk about our mowers, even our commercial mower, we reduce the cutting height for Australia and as well, not so much Europe, because Europe are more into the smaller decks. I did say decks. And so we need to look at how we need to modify for the Aussie market, hence the reason why we're doing more testing. Can we get to the desired heights? We attempt to, but we've got to be mindful of, and it's a compromise, and that's the thing, is we won't compromise. We've got to be mindful of run times depending on the unit. So, yeah, there's there's a few extra options coming.
I can see your face changing. Look, that's why we'll probably have another pod, a couple of months after the show, because that's what I love about this industry. It is ever changing, even though sometimes consumers don't see that. Behind the scenes, it never stops. With staff changing, companies with products being developed, different systems being put in place to service customers, like different warranties and stuff like that, which is a big thing. Like, it seems to be a word that's thrown around, but when a company stands behind their warranty, I think they do a lot better. And I know I did have something that I had for, I think I had it for nearly 12 months. And I rang the Ego guy. I was like, sometimes the trigger's intermittent. He's like, do this. Like 4 or 5 days later, I was getting a new blower. And I was like, fucking sick. Like, mad. But it's good. Like, if it was just a store, like I think, I don't know. I can cut this out, but I wanted to bring something to people's attention, which might get them onto the platform. So if you get in touch with your local Ego rep, sometimes they have like X demo gear that they can sell. And I've taken advantage of that. And I don't know if this is something I have to cut out. I'm just hitting you with it now. But get friendly with your local reps because you never know what might come up. So, yeah, it's just a little hot tip on the Into the Green podcast.
I'm fine with it, mate.
That's good. Because, I just threw that at you. But, I try not to edit anything.
I guess warranty is a hot topic for any brand in any industry, right? I'm going through some challenges now, even with my caravan, but our intentions are always the best. We expedite anything commercial. We put a lot of focus in it. We've changed the process. We've invested in it. Do we always get it right? No. We believe we have a pretty good process that when it's done correctly, we get it done with speed. When it's not, when the process isn't followed, that's when it goes.
Yeah.
So I would encourage any of your followers and listeners right now, the best process we can offer is come to us directly. You can call us on our 1300 000 346 or get on our portal. You'll get immediate communication and information. So come to us direct and you'll find that the process flows pretty bloody quickly.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's something that, some people have probably missed the boat on. Like they've gone and bought something, say, from a Total Tools, and then they're going back to a Total Tools. And I don't think lawn care, like if there's a blower out the back, it's not the first thing that they go, holy shit. Like they're looking at these tradies that are buying cajillions of dollars worth of other stuff. And I think that going straight to the source is always the best option. And there's so many, like you guys have a lot of reps, and you guys do a lot of things. Like I know just around my area, there's a couple of field days a year. Not field. I guess it's like demo a meet and greet. Yeah, like a demo day.
Yep.
Like obviously you're super active on social media, so you're not hard to find. That's why I sort of see people that'll have a bit of a spit now and again, and I'm like, did you even fucking try? Like, well, they're not that hard to find. Like brands are quite receptive. I know there's a couple that probably are more than others, and there's some that are certainly less than others.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it's always a good thing to go straight to the source. And you're a very active member of a few communities. I know that sometimes it could be tough holding your tongue.
You might be right. But look, at the end of the day, BJ, it's the individual could be new to our brand, don't know, completely oblivious to it. And when you're oblivious to something, you're looking for, the easy out or the easy response, and that's fine. Again, we take the good with the bad, and the vast majority is good. Yeah, we've got to tackle some of this, but at the end of the day, if somebody's invested in our brand, we're always going to be there to support and help them out as much as we can. So, but again, we've got all these processes in place. We're 10 years as a business, and we've learned a lot. And we've improved a lot, and we've invested a lot. Have we got it 100% right? Probably not. But, our intentions are always right, and we try the best. And again, the way that we sort of manage commercial, we know it's a tool for income. So we try and get it back in the hands as quickly as possible. Sometimes location has a lot to do with it too, BJ. But, we invest in that as well. Yeah, it's a challenging one in any industry.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And so can I ask how your like basically your warranty? Do you guys fix it in house, or do you have like representatives that work for Ego, say like mower shops, or would you take it to a mower shop, or would it be an electrician or a technician of some description that would take care of everything?
Yeah, so we got a third partner that are experts in this field, and they've got a national network. So, that's a cost to us. But we have diverse dealer network or service network, warranty agents. So, we've got some Total Tools, Sydney Tools, Trade Tools that are warranty agents, but we also have some independent dealers as well, like Tinks for argument's sake. Yep. So, but we have some neutral because, maybe I guess what we try to look at is options for consumers on location. So wherever we have a dealer, we look to locate a warranty agent. Now, whether that's an existing dealer or a neutral, at the end of the day, we want to provide options. So, do they drive past the Total Tools to get to an independent or vice versa? But that's where calling us direct gives you that option before you do it. Because who knows, you might have a warranty agent closer to you than where your place of purchase was. But at the end of the day, we encourage consumers to come to us directly because it's immediate communication, especially through the portal. Give us your mobile number and we'll start communicating.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's what it's all about, especially as a commercial operator myself. I know that when something goes down, it's not so bad now that I have multiples of everything, but I know when I first started, it would cost you days. And I know that, mower shops are blown out at some time, like some stages through the year to 6 weeks. Even now, I could only, I know people and people have come to me and like people have been genuinely just like, what do I do? When a zero turn will go down and a part is not in the country, and then, not only is a part not in the country, but there's such a massive lead time before they get to your machine. And they're like, what do I do? How do I make money? And it's, it's a huge deal that sometimes get overlooked, but no, it's good you got it covered. Like, it is really good to know that, wherever you got options.
Mate, I recall, and they're not a dealer of ours, we were certainly going into the store to see, if there was an opportunity. But I had to overstep petrol mowers at the driveway to get to his front door. He was backed up, and this was during the season. And I asked him the question, it's like, how long's your lead time? And he goes, we're 6 to 8 weeks out for repair. But that's where, as battery, we can go to, we can go to electronic repairers as well.
Yeah.
Because, there's PCB and there's switches, and guess what? There's other product that's very similar. So that's where we have that option to overcome some of those 6 to 8 week challenges in the season. But, sometimes we can't avoid it depending on location.
Is there any specialists that just take care of OPE? Just like electrical OPE, like not petrol or anything?
No, not really. I don't think it'd be big enough for them. But we've got some neutral guys repairing TVs and microwaves, and
I mean, I see a lot of people running over their fucking equipment. So I mean,
but just items like that, because again, it's electronics.
yeah,
So they don't need to know how to rebuild a carby and clean it out or anything of that nature. Empty the fuel. Empty the fuel and the oil.
yeah,
That doesn't happen with battery.
no,
I don't know
no,
if you've noticed, but yeah,
no.
there's
No,
no fumes either.
I mean, I smell so.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
look, we put a lot of focus into it, mate.
yeah.
Again, we don't profess to have product that doesn't break down.
Yep.
Anything with moving parts, anything with electronics, is
Anything in contractors' hands.
well, I've seen the way that some of these tools are being used.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, if we're going to produce a product and we're going to put a warranty behind it, we're going to stand by it.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously, like you guys know that there's going to be some rough people out there.
Again,
It's
take the good with the
just
bad, right? But even with the bad, mate, we've got to provide that support. It's as simple as that. If something hasn't worked for them and it's let them down, then we want to know about it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but okay, it's one thing maybe to vent on social, but come and vent to us, because once we know about it, we're not going to ignore it.
no, exactly. Yeah. All right. So now you've got my brain ticking. So you've got the good and the bad. Now tell me, are you allowed to tell me what the worst, like one of the most dodgy? It could be a dodgy warranty claim, just something that's in the like in the ego zeitgeist. It's just so laughable.
Not in ego, but I'll tell you a classic. It was when I was working for another brand, and it was product that was sold through a reasonable retailer, and we used to do audit on some of the returns, and we came across this line trimmer, and it's like, will not cut grass. Interesting. So why is it not cutting the grass? Is the battery not working? Is the motor broken? What is it? So we picked this thing up, and we put the battery, charge the battery, put the battery, and it's working. It's fine. It wasn't cutting grass because the line hadn't been replaced. I shit you not. So that was the problems. We put line in it, and that thing, I think one of the team members or one of the team took it home and probably still works till today. But
That's awesome.
and it went over the returns desk. It doesn't cut grass. Here's your refund.
And yeah, I feel like that might be one of the things when you're dealing with the general public, is not everyone has the same knowledge as you, and you got to accept that.
Correct.
That's fucking weak.
But
That's
was
pretty
funny.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been funny, but
That was a classic.
it's funny in a bad way, because you're like, this person probably drives a car. They probably took their new car back to the dealership, and it won't go anymore. You've got to put fuel in it.
Why are my tires bald?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
no fuel. Yeah, you're right.
that's pretty wild. Oh, that's awesome. There's plenty of new stuff coming from Flex and Ego by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Some of it you can see at the show. But what's Baz like behind the scenes? Like, what, you obviously do your caravanning, your cigars, your bourbon. Like, do you like the chill life outside of work? Like, is that something that you strive for?
Oh, look, mate, definitely, dedicated to the family. I've got adult kids now. Young fella is about to, he's just turned 22.
Yep.
What date is it? 22nd? Yeah, so a month ago.
Yep.
My daughter's about to turn 26. But, we're pretty close. We're Crow supporters.
Yep.
Being expat South Aussies, we're pretty passionate about it. But, yeah, I enjoy... I've only been caravanning since October last year, and it's the wife and I. We're like you and Lou, mate. We're best mates.
Yeah.
We'll, even on the weekend, just go on. We're standing around the fire, dancing, carrying on, getting drunk, and, bantering and taking the piss out of each other. And
That's cool.
we're enjoying that. But apart from that, I'm a workaholic. I do work long hours, but that's my choice because I enjoy it. Even with social, LMCA in particular. I think I spend more time on there than the admin boys. But again, that's been a huge learning for me personally and for the
Yeah.
business. And we've been able to develop some relationships and fanboys, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't like the term fanboys, but certainly those that endorse because of what they've experienced. And it's been a learning. Mate, you asked me about, what was one of the worst returns. And sorry, I'm going on to work rather than personal, but
Oh, go
one of
for
the
it.
worst things that I did experience on LMCA was one Friday night, 3 hours, just defending our battery system. And I lost drinking time. I think I had one beer in 3 hours, but
Couldn't put it down.
correct. I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
And I was just defending myself and trying to educate. But as time went on, consumers were educating themselves, and we were providing support and information, and now they're telling other consumers how to use battery. So
Yeah.
it was a learning. But yeah, I do enjoy what I do.
I've honestly had some similar times when I've gone into bat for Skag or Bushranger. Like they're, two brands that I, hold very high in the industry. And, obviously there's going to be haters. There's ego haters. There's Milwaukee haters. There's haters. Everyone's had a bad experience, and they like to make sure that bad experience is known. I think that's like customers, like, if you got a bad customer, they're going to tell, what is it like? They're going to tell 100 people or something about their bad experience. And like your good customers are going to tell 5 or 6. So it's really important that you do have those fanboys, like whatever you want to call them. It's really important because they do get the word out, and they do give. It's hard for someone like myself who uses Skag as a zero turn, just to put it out there. It's hard for me now to say to people, like, this is what's happened, me using Skag, this is how my business has changed. This is, when you invest in something, I think your business molds around that investment. It was when I first was thinking about a zero turn, actually Ben Van der Giesen told me, he goes, if you buy a zero turn, the work will come. And he was 100% spot on. So things like, even little things like an auger, you buy an auger, you're going to grab planting jobs all over the place. You'll probably end up doing fencing and shit like that. Just, if you've got the drive, I think you will get a tool and you will make that tool make money. If you know what you're doing and you've got a good head on your shoulders, I think, it's one of those things that I've always stuck. As soon as I got that zero turn, the work just started coming in, and then I just started leveling up, and I got straight into a commercial Skag, and then it just took off from there. So, I think the same thing with any platform.
I agree, mate. And look, those who may have a bad experience are going to express it. That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in today's times, we've got technology that allows us to do that, and that's called social and Facebook and TikTok and all the other shit that goes with it. But I want to go back to the 70s and 80s, mate. I want to go back to faxes and phone cards and two-way radios. It's
The only place you get your feedback is at the bar.
Yeah. But you're right. I think if there's a purpose, you'll make the tool work for you, and that's probably the rewarding part, BJ, is that I see a lot of good, and I see what people are doing with our brand to overcome some of the market challenges, whether it is noise pollution. And we've done a bit of work with Jim as well, Jim's Mowing, where we've actually put people back in the workforce because they're removing the petrol high vibration product out of their hand, and they're putting in battery.
Yeah.
And we've even seen, the seniors of the world with self-propelled mowers, and we're giving them life back outside in the sun rather than becoming dormant inside. So there's a lot of reward to providing solutions to challenges, and I guess it doesn't matter whether it's our product or any other product. I see that as probably the rewarding part of it. So you take the good with the bad. And
you guys have is it a Jim's trailer? Do you guys have a Jim's trailer?
We do. We have 5 of them.
You got 5 now.
We have
Jeez.
had since 2018, I think it was.
Did you have all 5 back then?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
one
So
in
do you
each
have
major state.
one in each state? Yeah,
Yep.
okay. No, that's cool.
They're probably getting a little bit old in the tooth now, but anyway, we have plans.
Oh shit! Oh mate, everyone's got plan. Everyone's coming out with these big ass trailers, and I'm going backwards in time because our work scope has changed. So we've actually downsized our trailer. We've changed things up, and we're back to just a galvanized, high sided cage trailer. We've got all the equipment defender all over it, and yeah, it's weird. Like it's kind of it's different. I feel like it's not a step back; it's just a step sideways.
Right.
So people will see it and go, "Oh, he's probably not looking as professional as he did before." But little do they know, like we're doing way more work and we're way more profitable. And yeah,
Well,
the
you're going to
trailers.
customize it to your needs, right?
That's exactly right. Again, yeah, I just
Yep.
make it work for me. But no, well, back to you. It's fantastic that you guys, you and your wife, are besties. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that is a huge thing. Obviously, there's people that are single, and I don't know how their mind works because, Lou and I are connected at the hip. But I find it a big advantage for me being single. If you've got a close network around you, a group of friends, it'd be good. But do you just go home and you can, she helps you de-stress, you can vent to each other, you can actually be honest with someone because you're in a very high position there. And I feel like you would have to be quite guarded as to what you say to who. And even on this podcast, like some of the things like I'm bringing up, like I know by the look in your face that you got to kind of hold back some of the info, which I 100% respect and understand. But is that like that's what Lou and I do. Like we'll get home and we'll just say the most outlandish shit to each other that like no one else on earth should hear. And it just changes my whole day.
You know what? I try not to take work home, but sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And I work from home a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm a very early riser, so I'll just go straight into my home office and start punching away. But I try not to take it home. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's unavoidable, and you just need it. You need that chat. Not so much a vent, more a sanity check. Maybe a second opinion from someone outside looking in.
Yep.
So yeah, I try not to take it home.
Maybe
It's
it's different for Lou and I because she is part of TBL as well and the Lawn and Landing. Like, there's not like I'm director by
yeah,
she fucking set it up for me. I didn't even know. So like, let's be honest, like, we're co like doing everything. So, obviously she does all the admin for everything and I do all the face and the labor and all that sort of shit for everything else. So maybe it's a bit different for me. Maybe I'm just, maybe completely different beast. But yeah, I know when I get home, I'm just like, oh my God, do you want to hear what happened today? And she's like, fucking tell me. We just like sipping
yeah.
each other's tea.
Oh, look, when Tracy's maybe can see my behaviour, she might ask the question, and no doubt she does. But I guess my de-stress is just getting out now, getting off grid.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of getting Starlink.
Yeah, you were talking about that. I don't know how off grid you are.
I'm off grid, mate. There's no phone reception, so
That's good.
I tell my family if you want to contact me, Messenger's your best mate because you won't get me. And my wife's with Optus, I'm with Telstra, and we're up at a place called Nuji here, just on the weekend. And within the pub, I had full reception. My wife had no reception with Optus, so it's full off grid.
Yeah, nice.
But
I would love to do that.
yeah, it's pretty cool, mate. You know.
Yeah.
I try to keep the laptop down. My wife's a Rip Van Winkle, so I'm an early riser. I'll get up and do about 3 or 4 hours worth of work, and when she rises, the lid goes down, and it's just us. So
It's good. It's very hard to shut off.
it is.
now with the show and stuff, it is hard to shut off. Our conversations for the last, look, it hasn't been that long. I think maybe like the last 2 months, basically every night once the kids go to bed, or Archie goes to bed. Chloe's old enough to do her own thing for a bit, but we sort of sit there and we're coming up with all these ideas and things that we can improve. We're already like, I think with, how you guys do your warranty process, every time we do something, we're looking at it and going, oh, we could do this better by, and like having this, it's just like it's like a team meeting every dinner time. So, and we don't eat with the kids either.
But credit to you, mate. If you're reviewing what you're doing, and really, I mean, that's the best way to do it. You're either going to adjust or you're going to adapt. So if you're going to adapt, it means it's working for you. There's always going to be room for improvement, and if you're continually reviewing it to adjust it to make it even better, well, good for you. I mean, that's business in general, I would have thought. So
well, adaptation is something I'm good at. Like I'm good on the fly. Very like my mind wanders. Like if I was sitting here doing something, I'd probably start like 4 or 5 things before I finish the first. Which is one of my downfalls, and that's why like I've got half finished projects all the way from one side of this desk to the other. I've got a list here, I've got a site map there, and site maps will be coming out soon. If people would stop joining us, got a couple more brands. Literally, Husqvarna, Crest said that they weren't coming, and now they're back on board, which is awesome. There's heaps. Potentially Lawn Solutions. We've got confirmation that some of their turf brands are coming along, but we just got to wait for email confirmation. Hopefully by the time this comes out, which is tomorrow,
right?
So it won't be out. The confirmation won't be here, but yeah, we're hoping to see Lawn Solutions there as well. So that's a big win for us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very exciting, man. I've been looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm very excited actually.
I'm just filthy I won't be there, mate.
Yeah. Look, I'll pretend that you're there. Maybe we can get a cardboard cutout.
Cardboard cutout, you reckon? I'd hate to see what you do to that cardboard cutout.
Well, I'll be taking it home. I'll be folding it up if I have to in my suitcase. It'll be standing behind me in every podcast. They'll have to get one of Duncan and Paul and fucking Ben Gripsky one that'll touch the roof.
I'm going to develop one. I'm going to try and get one for you. That'd be
do it. No, but you know what? The other thing I'm really happy to see that, like I know you're not going to be there, but you're sending some of your team along to the networking night.
Well,
mate, that's one thing that I want. Even though we'll probably have a sponsor every year for the networking night, I want all the brands just to want to come and mingle with the people, because I think the networking night is going to be like really people that are very heavily invested in like what I want to see, like, like people that are invested in the industry as a whole. And they're just happy to get amongst it and talk to people like yourself, like your team. Obviously the Greenworks boys, the, Skag is coming. There's a lot of other little brands that are coming along as well. I think half the tickets are made up of brands that are coming along, which is really exciting, because I think it's such high value for people who don't get to meet people that often. Well,
mate, I was surprised how many actually attended our little bash last year as well, right?
Yeah.
So that budget sort of got blown out pretty quickly, so I extended it a little bit. But
last drinks were intense.
Yeah, correct, absolutely. They were intense, actually. I think I said bars back open or tabs back open, but anyway, it was a good night.
The look on old mate's face behind the bar was a bit like getting the boot.
Yeah, don't worry about that, mate. We're on first name basis, so I just sort of.
Anyway. That's good. Well, we might end up back there. I'll just say Baz sent me.
No. Yeah, good on you.
Mate. Well, I've kept you long enough. I know you're a super busy dude. Is there anything else, like you just want to slip in one more secret? Anything coming? Nothing?
I reckon I've probably let it a bit slip out for what we're doing over the next 6 to 12 months. But
Yeah.
all I'm going to say, mate, is that the product road for both domestic and commercial and Ego is huge. We've been leaders in the industry for a while in terms of system expansion. Mini bike lifestyle, fans, multi tools with the dethatcher, huge auger. But the same thing even in Flex. What we're producing in the next 6 to 12 months in such a dynamic and competitive industry is going to be huge as well. So, and that's the advantage of full vertical integration, right? We manufacture the vast majority of everything you see in both brands.
Very cool.
But there's some cool stuff coming, mate.
Awesome, mate. Thank you so much for your time, Baz. If you don't dance to my intro song, exit song, I'm going to be sad because everyone has to dance a little bit. But, mate, we will definitely catch up for an in-person one.
For sure. So this is the intro song. Is it a bit of doof, mate?